couple of weeks. But yeah, so at any rate, you got till at least December.
So you anticipate having it done by then?
That's right.
Yeah, this thing's been dragging on sometime.
Yeah.
We need to get the resolution done.
Do appreciate the update. Can you just keep in contact with them?
What,
Item number 12, consider approval of equipment rental and service agreement with Complete Zoning Department for two station folder inserts in color print. What was that, your remark?
Marvin knows more about it.
Well, where
I figured that was gonna be the
where this starts is, we have talked about newsletters, putting newsletters in the water bills. Currently, the way the system's set up, we can't do that. We'd have to go in and hand them, put them in there by hand and then fold them myself. But the folding machine was also giving us a lot of bits. So we wanted to upgrade it to a 2-tray instead of a 1.5 tray, which it is now. It'll be a 2-tray folder. The second thing that I wanted is, I think that template page that we put in every time would stand out so much better if it was in color. Right now, it's just black and white, and a lot of people don't notice it. We're trying to, as you know, we put out these newsletters to try to bring out people's attention to what's going on, and that we feel like this would be an added event for us to do that with our water bills. And it is going to cost us a little bit more money than what we have right now into it, or what we're paying right now. Paula, do you remember that exact amount?
Yes, $2,613.36 increase.
That one-time fee or a year or what?
That's for the year.
Whole year.
Every year, or is it a lease or what?
It's a lease.
It rolls over if you don't terminate it 90 days prior to the expiration date.
The $2,000-something was not in the budget, but it's also, I have other news that has happened, that they are going to honor Windows 7 until the year 2021, so we won't have to do putting the Windows 10 patch this year, which saved us about $30-something thousand. So there's more than enough to cover this, plus a lock system we're looking at in the police department. So, well, regardless, we have to move to the future. We can't. We waited so long on some of these things. It costs so much to try to catch up. We have to stay up with times as we go. So an answer to it, yes, we have the money in the budget.
Move to approve the equipment rental and service agreement with Complete Mainly Partners, two-station folder inserter and color print.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 13, consider approval of agreement updating alarm monitoring and notification service at the River Oaks Event Center. The only one we haven't done upgraded to the new system where you do it on the smartphone is the community center. So I asked him to look at it to see what the price would be to totally update it to the newest version. Would save us $416 from what I budgeted this year. And we've done it with the plant, same thing, they gave us a reduced amount, and also with the water tower. So we would like to follow suit and put it in, because the one in the community center is very archaic.
So it's better and it saves us money?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in the government. We're not supposed to improve things that save money.
I move approval.
Can I just, we made a few minor changes to the other two. He still agreed to those changes, don't you think, Marvin?
Yes, he will.
Yeah, so it just make it subject to city attorney approval.
Okay.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14, discussion and or action regarding House Bill 914, allocating to local government prize fees collected from bingo players and meeting licensing requirements.
So I guess this is mine, but
Oh,
I
yes,
tried
it
it
is.
out.
Yeah, you're.
We could ask if they're here, we could ask if it's Paul, but she's in here.
Basically, I am not clear, I don't think the comptroller, but the lottery commission is really clear too. If you read this letter, you know, they're just saying, the language says you have to do this. No.
TML wasn't clear on it.
TML wasn't clear on it, and obviously the author of the bill wasn't clear on it either, because she sent a letter saying that it was ambiguous. But I think bottom line,
Always reassuring.
yes, bottom line, in order to protect your interests going forward, you just need to take a vote that you choose to continue or to collect any lawful fees that you might derive from bingo going forward. So that doesn't mean that way you're not giving up any right to collect bingo fees, even if you're not collecting them now. And I think this letter only went out to cities where they thought there was bingo in the city, so they must know there's bingo in their city.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Do we have bingo in this city?
Yes, we do. I think you have some bingo with the community center. At the community center.
At the community center. I
Yeah.
don't know where that.
Yeah.
And then there's also some other, so I think that we also have some.
No, the Lions Club used to host it, and so did the Kiwanis Club.
That's what I'm saying, where elsewhere in the money.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
They're not doing it.
So I think, and rather than spending 18 hours trying to research bingo laws in Texas, I think whether or not you're collecting any,
We need to go ahead and do this,
Yes.
so. in
so you have
future-
the right to go ahead and do it in the future.
I move that in accordance with House Bill 914, that we collect any lawful fees or money off of bingo that should arise
Going forward.
going forward.
And then we're gonna send, Marvin's gonna send this little notice to the lottery commission.
Do we have most required any licensing or anything?
We can talk about that, you know, whether or not, what the community center is doing requires some license, it might,
Okay, if it does,
we'll go forward.
okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 15, consider approval of recommendation from the Stormwater Task Force for surveying and engineering drainage services and inspirational land.
Mayor and Council, in your packet.
Thank you, guys, and don't hesitate to come back anytime.
Thank you.
And you, ladies and gentlemen, too.
Thank you all.
Yes.
It might be better to just ask who's gonna stay for the rest. Thank you all very much. Board?
Run everybody out.
I don't know. If I go to it, get nothing to talk all night. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mayor and Council, in your packet is, with this agenda item is a full, survey map. If you have that in there, please, look at that as we're discussing the area. Basically, this is an area from Inspiration Lane from Miller to the end of the cul-de-sac down there where the road enters into the water treatment plant. The task force has this listed in the, plans, in the overall, drainage plan as one of the priorities in this particular area. Over the past, 6 months to a year, the road has failed in one area, and the drain system is holding water in different positions on the, what I would call the east side of the road, where it's right at the edge of the face of that elevation drop there. And so, and one of the things the task force has been aware of and watching this with me is that we have one of the developers approached us about developing the lot, the one particular lot that has an angled shape, real narrow front, and a real large area in the back. It is a buildable lot, but one of the drainage inlets is kind of, I would say 20 foot in, and really to make it a buildable lot, we need to move it to the edge. And so we're waiting on that developer, and have been waiting. We have not had any recent communication within the past 3 weeks from the developer if they're going to continue. So we as a task force
it was